What is up, everybody? FC Racers here, and welcome to another action-packed race in this Celeste 80% League. Today we've got blackpear going against Millay in a total of 3 races. Now, a quick rundown. Based on the standings, if I'm not mistaken, both Millay and blackpear are, it appears that they're currently tied with 8 points apiece. So this is going to be a huge, big race here. I'm going to want to see them come out on top again. We're quickly approaching the playoffs here. And if I'm not mistaken, top 8 will be making for that playoff spot. So this is going to be a very important match. Just to run down on some times, at least within the league itself. Looks like Millay had a 30.07 and blackpear with a 29.33. So it's going to be pretty close. It's going to be very exciting. I hope you guys are ready to tune in and have a fantastic time. I'm seeing a couple of people in the chat already that have been here before, so welcome as always. And again, this is going to be a total of 3 races where every victory is worth a single point, and the winner of the set will be awarded a bonus point. So we got 4 points up for grabs altogether. It's going to be... This one's hard to say. Tail of the tape-wise, both these runners are very similar in time and skill-wise. This is going to be very close, and we are already off into prologue. Now, again, if you're new to the Celeste game, or if you haven't played it yet, Madeline, our main character here, has 3 basic moves: jumping, climbing, and dashing. Runners are going to utilize that to try to climb up this mountain as fast as they can. So, and also this game is based on the in-game timer, which you can see underneath each player's name down there. We'll do our best to do a sync more than likely at the end of, or once we get into Summit. Well, off the bat, we are diving right into City. Now, City is going to showcase a lot of the advanced tech that's available in the game. You're going to see a lot of hypers, a lot of wall bounces there. You can see another one on Millay's screen here. And some corner boosting, some spike. I don't think that there's... No, there is a spike jump. I take that back. Spike jumps and corner boost here. We're going to see a nice boost there on both runners' screens. Now, with City and Old Site, the first 2 chapters, you're not really going to see too much drama. It's not until we get into about mid-game where things start really spicing up here. Alright, Millay's going to go for this trick here. Let's see if he gets the corner boost. Does not get it. blackpear does, though. It's going to put him a little bit ahead. I just seen a question in chat about how many points are awarded if both players tie by the millisecond. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't have an answer for that. I would have to double check with the GSA. I know that there was a previous tie to the frame in Mario Odyssey in a previous tournament, and what they did is they had them replay the match. So that's a possibility. I mean, it is possible in this game. We've had races that have been very close, so it looks like Speedrun is already quick on the draw there. Alright, so we're now moving into Chapter 2. This is Old Site. Now, Old Site, again, you're not going to see a whole lot. We got these dream blocks here, which will be activated very soon. They allow Madeline to just kind of fly through them in one direction until she pops out, like so. It's a really cool mechanic, a really fun mechanic. We'll see more of it in Summit. But again, this particular area, not a lot going on here. There's going to be a little bit of a hang up here once we get to this halfway point on blackpear's screen, where we run into Madeline. Basically what she does is she will chase Madeline on a 3-second delay. So we want to do our best to avoid any possible bumps into her, because it will result in a death. So Blackbear having just a little bit of a hang up there early on. But so far so good on both runner screens. Millay, I'll having a little hang up there too. Now, you know, one of the big things that people look for in these races, we're looking, you know, like obviously a death is going to result in time loss, but one of the big things about Celeste is that you have just if you have like some nonsense happen with your movement, or if you don't do a run to, you know, a section too cleanly, those types of mistakes will add up very quickly. So in addition to this, it's just like you got to make sure that your movement is very clean. And with that being said, when we get to Awake here, this is where your movement is very important. There's no hazards here. The terrain is very uneven, so runners are going to be doing their best to just try to make sure that they keep the speed that they have. And on Blackbear's screen, it seems just a little bit of a hang up here. Again, not too hard. It's definitely cleaning up nicely there. Nice corner boost as he finishes it up. Looks like Millay might be having some internet issues there, but he's looked like he is back in form. So we're going to see him encounter Awake now. Already looking at between the two of them, Millay's looking a little cleaner going through the Awake section here. He's going to get out. Yeah, and actually looking at it, it looks like they're about 2 seconds apart with Millay being in the lead. So again, even though Blackbear is moving a little bit ahead, we're going to be basing off in-game time. But now both runners are in resort, and then this is where things are going to start. We're going to see some shakeups and some nonsense happen. This chapter is considerably longer than the first two, actually longer than the first two combined. We're going to come across our first major trick of the run, which is the demo dash and elevator shaft. And then we have cycles to deal with dust bunnies and everything else. The level design definitely takes an upswing on difficulty. So this is going to be a lot. And we're seeing on Blackbear's screen just some minor hangups here. No deaths, but, you know, just a little bit of quick adjustments that he's forcing to do. Like case in point, you usually will corner boost off of that section there, but got caught up on the corner instead. I'm not sure if it's nerves that are playing in. I know that this is actually this is kind of late from where he's at. I believe he's in Finland. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. So this could be a late match for him. I think the same is with Millay too. So that could play a factor as well. But now Blackbear moving into huge mess. Really good movement here. This is similar to Awake, where you just have like these narrow pathways that you have to kind of deal with. But he's able to just keep momentum going and just not have any major hangups there. Millay about to enter that section as well. And with the huge mess portion, we have these 3 sections that you have to take care of. We have a set order. You can do them in any order that you want, but for the most optimal route, we want to do crates, then books, then towels. And the reason we do that is because it spawns us as close to Oshiro as possible so that we can just quickly talk to him, get through a cutscene, and then open up the pathways to the other sections. So now Blackbear moving through books. Nice ultra there. Again, the book section, taking a death, but the book section I feel has gotten optimized even more recently. Like this was like the first big one that we worked on, is like doing that wall bounce there, but like just other small changes like that ultra in, you know, just finding best ways to improve our times here. All right, now Blackbear heading into towels. We're gonna see if he's gonna try to get the cycle skip here. Opts to not take the cycle skip there, but we got another one coming up here in the final screen. Millay now hitting that switch and clearing out the book section. Let's see if he's going to go for this fast cycle. He's going for it, and he nails it. Nice job, Blackbear. And now Millay getting ready to tackle the towel section as well. So now Blackbear is first to get into the elevator shaft, clocking in at about a 6:30. And again, demo's going to be coming up here. We got a few screens prior to that, though. A couple of these long rooms here, too. That's another thing about Resort 2. The rooms get a lot longer. Like, they kind of introduced that early, near the end of Chapter 2. They're coming into play a lot more here. Alright, so going for demo. blackpear gets it first try, clocking in at 7 minutes overall. Not able to get some an optimal boost there into this fast room, but he's going to get ready for his Oshiro fight. Now we've got Millay working on his demo too. It looks to be that blackpear is slightly ahead, just by a few seconds. This is going to be important. Millay's going to have to get his first shot. And he does. So it's about a 5 seconds difference between both runners. But we still have Oshiro to go and take care of here. I want to say neither runner has had issues in this section in particular throughout the league, but anything can happen, especially when we get to this last room here. Just a misinput or getting a corner bop where basically you hit a corner while trying to do an ultra or a hyper and you just lose all momentum. These little things can happen. So far, blackpear doing well. It's gonna have to hustle. Okay, he gets in at a 431. I was gonna say, because he kind of took that he had to climb up a little longer than he probably wanted to, and with Oshiro coming through and just trying to beeline straight into Madeline, could have been disastrous, but he was able to get away scot-free as he gets ready for Golden Bridge. Millay now in the final room of Oshiro, and so far so good. Gonna do a nice little dash there. Oh, see, differences in strategies too, but still getting the same kind of result, and he's gonna clock in at a 433. Folks, this is already a nail biter, and we still have so much game to go as both runners now are getting ready to go into Golden Ridge. blackpear running into a little bit of hang up there, not getting the distance and taking a death, but able to recover that. If Millay can get through that screen scot-free, he's definitely going to cut into that lead. Now, Golden Ridge, arguably screen to screen, one of the most technical chapters in the game. You know, like, you have the intended route from a casual playthrough. There's just like so many opportunities to have time save, and like huge time save. Problem is that, you know, if you miss them, it's just gonna bite you in the butt and actually just make you lose a lot of time. And we saw that on blackpear's screen earlier. Oh my gosh, woo, cutting it close there. He had to take a second. He was like, am I gonna make this jump? All right, I made it. And a blackpear heading into... Oh, interesting. Okay. blackpear opting to not go for the ultra strat there. I'm not sure if he was just not confident in that or what, but opted to do the bunny hop. That's going to give Millay an opportunity to just kind of carve in a little more. Actually, it looks to me, I think Millay might actually be in the lead now. I will keep track of our times here. Now, again, you know, we try to save the sync for Summit because there's just, you know, someone could take a break in between chapters, or, you know, someone can get to a chapter first. So you want to keep that in mind. But I'll do my best to keep you guys up to date here. So you got blackpear getting into the second auto scroll at 9:48. Opting to play it safe. You can actually, it was discovered that you don't even need to hit that coin. You can just kind of go and do it. But opting to not take care of that. So yeah, now Millay getting into the scroller about 4 seconds ahead of blackpear. So lead has already changed, folks. Again, blackpear had a few hangups early on. It looks to be clearing things up, and Millay took advantage of that and just kept his run clean. Which really is what it's going to boil down to. As I mentioned, you have... Oh, Millay actually taking... Oh, that's a costly death in that room, but blackpear running into some hangups too as he enters cliff face here. Both runners actually now in cliff face. This is where the wind kind of picks up and goes crazy to the point where you have to rely on the dash to actually navigate through this section. If you try to walk through this, you're basically not moving. So you want to keep that dash going at all times. The route's kind of optimized. blackpear on the home stretch here. It looks like he's going to clock in at a 10:58. Nope, 10:57, just shy. See what Millay is going to get into here as we get into our second huge chapter, pivotal chapter, even if you want to, and that is Mirror Temple. I say that because we have a huge trick coming up where basically it saves about 30 seconds. Oh no, Millay taking a death right near the end there. That's definitely going to cause a lead change as we move into Mirror Temple. It's very unfortunate. He's gonna recover and be fine. again, we've got Mirror Temple here, and this is, you know, like I said, in the meta, at least right now, for this league, Resort, Ridge, and Temple are the 3 chapters where we see leads exchange back and forth. You got the beginning with the first 2 chapters, you know, they're very optimized, a lot of practice. blackpear going for a nice trick there. I will explain that in just a little bit here. But like I said, first 2 chapters, pretty optimized. Nothing too crazy. Oh, speaking of crazy, blackpear almost getting the yeet. Unfortunately, didn't get enough height and just was having Madeline bop all over the place like a pinball. But also with chapter 6 and 7, as I was saying, they're really optimized for the runners. It's just almost like, you know, another day in the office for them when they attempt those chapters. So 3, 4, and 5 have really been the opportunity of lead changes in for things to happen. And it looks like blackpear is going to get a tape grab at 113. Millay opting to, or I don't know if he went for yeet or not, but he did not get it completed. Running into a little bit of mishaps here. Oh no, he's gonna try to, okay. Oh no, I would retry. Yeah. Unfortunately, he got a corner boost there. I'm pretty sure he was not anticipating that to happen at all. And just lost a lot of time there. Again, blackpear had a 113 tape grab, and this is looking to be possibly over 120. Actually, yeah, it's going to be over 120, maybe even 125, because there's a lot of downtime here. Oh, but speaking of downtime, blackpear missing demo. Now, demo dash, or excuse me, Bub's drop. I'm sorry, I'm getting my tricks all mixed up. Bub's drop, oh no, is this trick right here. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to not get on that platform. And it allows you to return to this room, and if you hit retry like here, you get warped right there and you bypass a lot of the level. It's very risky. It is a somewhat tough trick, but every missed attempt is 10 seconds lost. So this is a huge opportunity for Millay getting that on the first try. He's definitely going to be saving time here, as both runners are now in Mirror Temple. And getting through the second portion here, we got these saw blades. These guys roughed me up in my run, let me tell you. Actually, yeah, Millay running into a little bit of mishaps here. So it's going to give blackpear an opportunity to just, you know, try to come back into it, but I'm pretty sure that Millay is ahead right now. We got blackpear starting his in the mirror at 1350. We're going to see if Millay is going to keep it honest here. Also, huge shout outs to Ezra333 coming up with the timestamps to the T. Appreciate all the hard work you're doing out there, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this actually, oh, so it looks like that even though blackpear had 2 failed attempts at Bub's drop, he is still in the lead by a few seconds going into in the mirror. Again, those, you know, some of those deaths that happened in this chapter, very costly. And actually having a few too here, so oh no, just was trying to leave Theo in the dust here. But now Millay having, oh, okay, blackpear is having a lot of problems handling Theo. Things are getting a little dicey. He's going to need to try to clean this up as he enters the Seeker Gauntlet room. Not getting the ultra that he wants. He's going to have to adjust. Oh my gosh, nice. Okay, nice adjustment on his part. Okay, he's in there. Nicely done. Good save. And actually, yeah, look at this. Millay is able to actually get, he's now just entering this room too. Getting that ultra, getting himself set up in that, what I like to call it, scripted scene, because it's just like, everybody just kind of gets it once you have that down. blackpear going to finish up at a 1522. Millay now, just a few screens. There's a good chance that he actually might have a very nice lead now. We'll see. He's still got tape room to deal with. Yeah, we got a 4 seconds difference here. This is absolutely nuts. Like, this is so crazy. as we move into Reflection. Now, again, this chapter and Summit pretty optimized. We have Lake Skip, we have the ravine section, and then of course we have the battle and fight. Most notably, those last two screens. Things can happen, but blackpear is going to need to keep it honest and to rely on having better movement options if he wants to try to get ahead of Millay here. blackpear getting Lake Skip on first try. Millay's about to attempt it as well. He's going to get it first try too, doing everything he can to prevent blackpear from kind of slipping in and taking back the lead here. Nice ultra from blackpear there. Now with Reflection 2, I bring this up every time that I commentate. Reflection is extremely optimized, and there isn't a whole lot to talk about. And you know what I like to do, because it leads to one of the most iconic sections of the game. Sometimes I kind of just like take a little bit of a back seat and just let the runners kind of do their thing here. Because like I said, we have the Kevin blocks here. They kind of like vault Madeline to places. Actually, we're gonna see this nice little cheeky strat here from blackpear, I think. Let me see. Yeah, just doing that, skipping that bumper. I think it looks so cool. I'm not sure if how much faster it is, but I was like, yo, that's kind of tight. And actually skipping that dash crystal too. So I think those little things could add to, you know, just nipping into Millay's lead here. But again, both runners playing extremely well. Not getting the bounce he wanted there on that bumper, but that's all right. It's not too bad of a time loss. But Millay carving through his section here too. Now both runners are blackpear are about to get into the ravine section. Now this is where I was talking about. Ravine has some developer intended shortcuts, 3 altogether. 2 of them are very easy to line up. The last one, you gotta do a little bit of movement. Oh no, Millay dying in the top route here, but able to recover. Now I talk about this shortcut because there's no checkpoints, so you have to hit this, which blackpear doesn't. Commentator curse is real, folks, and as you see, taking a death there forces you to go all the way to the top. Now blackpear opting to take the checkpoint, but doesn't need it the second time. Taking the checkpoint, I think, unless you're doing Nero's approach on that, you lose a little bit of time. But in comparison of starting that over, sometimes it's just better to opt for that. But now we're gonna get battle line boost prepared here. Alright, and blackpear is going to get it, clocking into the battle and fight at a 1836. I believe that Millay is probably still ahead here. Oh yeah, definitely ahead. Almost, we'll have to see here. He's got to get his battle and boost too. But again, we are on battle in. Objective here, you just want to keep bopping into her. Oh yeah, Millay with an 8-second lead here, folks, as we get into the battle and fight. And again, like I said, you're just running into battle in each time, clearing through these screens. Just kind of like a, not really a checkpoint, but a required, like almost like a key. So runners are going to need to play this one very crisp, real tight. Seeing a little bit of mishaps there, but blackpear going for this ultra strat. Nice, he's going to get that. Now, that's a huge one. If Millay can't get that, that's going to save blackpear a little bit of time. The big screens that we need to keep an eye out for is the screen after this on blackpear's. You want to enter this next screen on blackpear's screen with a hyper, because if you don't, it just runs into all kinds of problems. He's going to get it. Millay taking a death in the ultra room. He's going to have to go for it a second time. Nope. Follows the fail-safe route of grabbing the feather there, but again, that's going to carve into his lead just a little bit here. So we get set up in here going in. Looks like blackpear is about to start his second round with battle in. Probably going to be at like a 2012. Yep, he's going to come in at 2012. We're going to see where Millay is at here. Now, the second round of battle in, significantly shorter, but it's a little more dicier. The rooms are longer. We have to rely on these platforms that battle in has now taken control of. And our big hang-ups here are going to be the last two screens. So blackpear getting into that first screen now. And Millay starting off his battle and fight at 20:07. So again, blackpear has caught up by about 3 seconds so far. But we're going to see how this one pans out, because we are on this last screen. This one's a long screen, and this laser has been doing runners extremely dirty. Getting that bumper boost, playing it safe, not going for the ultra. He's out and clean. Now Millay on the second to last screen too. Again, these screens are very long, and any deaths, as we see there, is just going to be detrimental. That one is not too bad because it's early on. We have seen people take deaths near the end, especially with that bumper. Sometimes the bumper wants to be a little dramatic and send you where you don't want to go. But he's out there. All right, so we got blackpear finishing up chapter 6 with a 21:22. Whoo, Millay skating by. All right, so once both runners get into Summit, we will try to get a sync together, so that way we can have a better picture on how things are going here. Oh, Millay running into a little bit of hangups here. So yeah, it looks like blackpear now is in the lead. Maybe about by 3 seconds, but we see here on base, he's running into a little bit of problems in the screen. Oh no. Yeah, this is actually, ooh, this is gonna be closer than it's gonna be really close right now, as we got a lot of level to take care of. All right, so we are getting a sync incoming, folks. Don't panic. And again, we're going to see just how much of an advantage Millay is going to be at now after those deaths from blackpear as he gets that room the first try. So now, yeah, oh Nelly, Millay's actually going to be in the lead here. Again, those deaths from blackpear really cost him. Oh yeah, look at that difference there. It's about a screen and a half. All right. So now we are synced up. This is going to be a very good picture on where we're at, as Millay is now in the city portion. So with Summit, the way that this works is it's basically a recap of all of the chapters, and we start out with Reflection first, because we're leaving that area as we try to tackle the mountain again. Once we get through that, we're going to run through City, Old Site, Resort, Golden Ridge, and Mirror Temple before we get to the mountain. Oh, blackpear's gonna have to be slick. Nice save on his screen. That could have been really bad. But Millay out in front right now, because he's getting ready for the second battle line boost, missing the opportunity to grab that zipper. That's gonna give blackpear an opportunity to save, to cut into his lead. Not getting the wall jump there either. Oh no. Now again, like I said, deaths obviously time lost, yeah, but like look on blackpear's screen. He got the wall bounce and the zipper, and he's catching up ever so slightly. That's a huge huge time save. So now it's about a screen apart and just a little bit of change. Maybe a couple pennies, who knows? But it's putting pressure on Millay. Millay's gonna have to just keep playing clean, because that gave him, blackpear, an opportunity to just kind of slide in and doing stuff like that. Oh my god, that corner boost into that ultra. Hello, what was that? Oh no, but running into some hangups here. Running into some more. What's going on here? blackpear lost all that time that he gained by just not getting his dash back there with a strat that I have not, an approach, I should say, not a strat, an approach to that room that I have not seen before. It's going to allow Millay to basically get all that time back that blackpear had saved. Imagine moving to 1500. Now 1500, it's not as bad as it used to be. There's still some rooms that can cause some problems. We got two long ones. Millay is getting into the first one here. You want to hit these skips and make sure you skip these cycles. blackpear hot on his tail. He's going to hit this one too. And then we have triple ultra room, which has now kind of evolved into like a quintuple ultra room, depending. But you know, triple sounds better than quintuple. Wow. Okay, so both runners are, yeah, this is, it's anything you can do, I can do better kind of situation. Millay is setting the tone by getting through these rooms first. Blackpear has to try to find a way to do these faster, which is really, really tough, let me tell you. Especially, like I said, with Summit. Summit is so optimized. So many runners put so much time into this section because this is the longest section of the game and one of the most difficult. In, like, for the most part, it's the best opportunity to save time if you are running any percent. I'm like, these guys can barrel through Summit like low 8 to 9 minutes, depending on the skill that we have in the league. That is ridiculously impressive. I guess, like, to put it in perspective, or try to put it in perspective, my time is a mid 34, and my Summit is a mid 9:30, or mid 9 minutes, I guess is the better way to put it. So, like, I can still save one whole minute in Summit. Like, that's so, it's beyond me. And the funny part is, I don't even know how to do it because I feel like I'm going as doing the best that I can. But I think the big one is that there's just so many opportunities to take deaths in Summit, and so far both runners are actually doing a very good job in not doing that. Now we got a little bit out of sync here on time wise. Again, this is based on frame rate. That's how the IGT it's tied to the frame rate of the game. So, you know, it's that way. If someone is running on, like, you know, a less powerful PC or whatever, they still keep things fair. Oh no, Millay taking a death that's going to allow Blackpear to kind of catch up as we get into 2500. Now this section is not too bad, but we've seen some hangups in the battle line alley-oop section, and this room coming up after the key section here too. So we're going to want to pay close attention to both runners and see how they handle this. Case in point, Millay's going to take a death that Blackpear is going to pull into the lead. That room is very tricky. That dash is really hard and really precise. But we're not out of it yet. We still got Thread the Needle here. Look at that. Oh my god. Woo, got some sync going on here. Oh no! Millay losing out. Oh no, what is it? Oh no! Door skip is causing him trouble here. I'm gonna go for it one more time. Okay, I was gonna say, if I was in Millay shoes and if I missed this, I would just go the intended route and play it safe, but that's gonna possibly get Blackpear the lead. Again, like I said, we're seeing a difference in times here just a little bit, by a few seconds. So maybe I'll see if we can get another sync from our restreamer as we head into 3000. But I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. Let's go. All right. Yeah, this is pretty bonkers here. So like I said, it's about 3 seconds difference between runners' IGTs right now. Pretty much Millay has to rely on Blackpear to take a death. Even a quick death is going to cause a problem because the respawn time, it's about a second and a half. But Millay is also going to have to play this one really, really tight. Some notable flags that you guys want to keep track of here is flag 20, that's Blackpear's on. He's able to handle that. Flag 14, flag 13, and flag number 9, as well as flag number 3. 4 and 3, I should say. Those are the big problem areas. Oh no, Blackpear. Oh no, missing the cloud on the way back down. He's gonna have to try this again. I'm not sure what that was either. Oh my gosh, this is way too close, folks. Oh no, Millay running into a problem on 17 as well. Alright, here's that flag 14 that I was talking about. The section's very long. It's not hard. You know, but if you're feeling that pressure to rush, it can get you. Same with flag number 13. 13 is probably a little more, it's a lot more important than 14 because we have these lock switches again. And if you just miss on anything, it can really cost you. It's not an issue for Blackpear. Millay now on it too. Missing this key, he's going to have to go back. Oh no. That's better than taking a death, but still, it's like a second or two that he's losing there by having to retrack. Now we're on flag number 9 too. Most notably is this lead off right here. All right, he's gonna get it there. Having to do it twice, though. We're going to see how Millay handles it. Millay getting through it nicely, too. All right, blackpear clocking in at flag number 6 at 29.29. Millay is looking to be just a few seconds behind, but again, we have flag number 4 and flag number 3. Basically got the rest of the game to worry about. If you want me real honest with you, oh my gosh, this is going to be a nail biter, folks. Unfortunately, I don't know if a resync is going to... Oh no! blackpear taking a short depth there, but... Ooh, this is going to be tough. Getting the diagonal dash there. He's getting ready to go into flag 2. We're going to see if he's going to go for this checkpoint. Looks like we are getting a sync here. Oh my gosh, yeah. He skipping flag number 2's checkpoint. Oh my gosh, he has to keep this one cleaner. That is going to cost him the race. Millay hot on his tail, though. Oh my gosh. All right, flag 1. Flag 1 movement is very crucial here. We can't see no hang-ups here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Woo! Ooh! Yo! I couldn't even get the times because they're both done. blackpear coming in at a 30.19. Millay coming in at a 30.21, folks. Get your fans out. It's getting hot up in here. Let me tell you. This is like a 2-second difference. Oh my god. And that's just the first race, y'all. We got 2 more coming up. Dang. Woo! Oh my god. Hold on, I need to get some water. I need to cool down. Let me tell you. Like, look at this. So good. Yeah, 2 seconds in just a few frames. Holy moly. Alright, so I think we're going to be taking a very short break here. We'll see. Before we head into the next game, I'm going to partake in this chat. Woo! Man. Alright, so let's talk about Pace real quick. Pace is GSA's live speedrunning event with the grand finals for Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64 70 Star Division 1, and Celeste 80% leagues. It's going to be taking place from April 25th to April 28th. And registration is live. Submissions, this is actually really important. Submissions, the deadline is tomorrow. So if you are interested in throwing up a speed run to have showcased at the event, get that in. I feel like that there's already a lot of submissions there. I actually just submitted my run earlier today because I forgot. But you know, hopefully it'll get in there, but we'll see. It's going to be taking place at Xanadu Games, and yeah, it's just going to be action-packed weekend. I am definitely looking forward to it. Again, it's on April 25th to April 28th. You're going to see all talent across all of these games. We're talking about, you know, well, actually, I shouldn't say talking about because we're not there yet. But anybody in the league is up for grabs on that. So, but some of your favorite runners could be there. Let's put it like that. Ideally, I would love to see as many people in each of the leagues try to make it out to Pace to watch this live. Just coming from like seeing, for example, like being at AGDQ for the first time and watching runs happen live there, especially like races. For example, they had the Dead Cell race. That was super hype. So it's one thing to watch this at home, but man, being there in person, it's a whole nother experience. And I hope to see you guys there. And of course, if you are there and you see me, be sure to say hello. I'll be glad to introduce myself to you. Did I say that right? Let me just say, I'll say hi to you and we can have a nice conversation. We'll just do that. But like I said, and I'm also looking forward to seeing a lot of people there too. Most notably, a lot of other commentators that we have here in the GSA leagues, like some of the Odyssey commentators, like Limcube and Dangers, and then we have, you know, like Simply and PD for Mario 64 and a few others as well. I'm looking forward to meeting all of them, saying what's up, talk shop, all that great stuff. But with that out of the way, we are heading into what looks to be our second game. Now we're going to be doing another sync here because remember, we've been syncing this whole time. So they're just a little bit now, since we're starting over, they're a little quote unquote out of sync. So just bear with us as we get this set up here. As we run into race number 2. Again, that first race, Millay, Bonker City. 2-second difference, folks. That might be the closest race that we've had in the league so far. And like I said, we got 2 more coming up. So, I mean, ideally, there isn't really much to say on what either runner needs to do. I mean, if you want to bring in some tail of the tape nonsense, you have to remember that blackpear failed Bub's drop twice. So ideally, he technically could have been ahead by 22 seconds. So blackpear has to get those tricks down. They both got demo on first try, so that's like not too bad. But like Bub's drop, they're gonna have to nail that. And just overall clean and good movement. There were just a few small hangups on Millay's side with movement and just trying to get out of sticky situations when things didn't go his way, which didn't result in a death, but just spending that time to get out of those like awkward moments, it definitely adds up. And case in point, okay, my commentator curse a reel again as he's running into some hangups there in that one screen. Again, it's just movement. There was no death there involved, but lost a lot of time, missing his wall bounce and a few other things there, allowing blackpear to slightly get ahead. But this is early on again, and then missing that corner boost off the ultra. It's these little nuances that are that can be very detrimental to a race setting. Sometimes it's more about just having bad movement versus just dying. I mean, you can have. There's been actually instances. I think, speaking on my behalf or for myself, I think I had like when I was. My PB was like a 37 and some change. I think that run actually had less deaths than my current PB, which is 3 minutes faster. So that really puts it up, to comparison. Also, I'm seeing in chat that the closest race prior to this one was a 3.2 seconds difference between Millay and Scrublord. And that one was also hype. I was actually there for that too. And now both runners are now in old site. They're making their way through here. Again, dream blocks again as always. Trying to recall how things went in the first race. I mean, for the most part, I think that Millay had the better. Millay actually did have a better old side overall. blackpear had a few hangups like in this screen here. Able to get it right there on that try, and then also he had some hangups in awake as well. So, just gonna keep on grooving and moving here. Again, there's just like things aren't really gonna start getting shaken up until we get into resort or near the end of old site for that matter. I think the end of old site is probably a little more accurate. Oh no, Millay! Oh no! Running into a mishap here. I'm not sure what happened. It looks like he might have. If I had to take a guess, he might have bonked his head and landed in those spikes on that dream block, because I know that I'm guilty of doing that as well. He's going to start that over. That's going to give blackpear an even further lead here. Yeah, I think ideally once you get to the end of old site to oh no, Millay not getting the height that he wanted there. Muscle memory kicked in and he just got slammed by Battlin. Again! Oh no! What has happened? Oh no! I'm noticing he's doing like some bunny hops or something like that. I'm not sure if he's getting what he wants out of that when he gets to the second coin. He's able to get it that time, but oh no. 2 deaths there, that is a lot of time loss. And just like that, blackpear is actually out of old site, clocking in at 3:24. And so like, it's already almost 10 seconds before Millay even gets into awake. And awake ideally is 16 to 17 seconds. So this is a huge lead for blackpear as he moves into resort. Very unfortunate on Millay's screen. He's seeing how close this was the first time around. Millay has to rely on some huge mistakes on blackpear's end to start building up, and then also just to have, you know, a very clean section too. Now I believe I'm gonna actually go check on speedrun.com to check their PBs, because I know with the league itself and then a couple other events that have happened this week, a lot of PBs have happened. So give me 1 second here. All right, from a PB perspective, blackpear is ahead by 17 seconds based on PB. So Millay just has to play this one very tight, which is really unfortunate because it's so early on. But again, like I said, chapters 3, 4, and 5, that is where we see things happen. So we can see a missed demo. Ridge can just be Ridge like it always is, and then of course Bub Shot comes into play too. Alright, so blackpear now getting into his huge miss portion here. Millay again not too far behind. Actually, blackpear taking a death here. These are those little things that are going to allow Millay to slowly claw back into this game. Alright, now Millay starting up his huge miss portion, and blackpear now moving along, getting to the second half of it. Alright, blackpear getting that wall bounce there, as Millay is starting to get through his crate section here. But again, blackpear right now has a very solid lead. I think he was trying to go for that corner boost there, but did not get it, unfortunately. But that's okay. It didn't result in a death. He kind of caught where he was at. Millay missing the what looks to be that ultra. And now blackpear is done and getting ready to hit an elevator shaft as Millay getting set up here for this, opting to not take the wall bounce approach, but still gets to that screen very fast. Alright, now blackpear in elevator shaft. Again, we got demo coming up, so we've seen runners get caught up in it. I mean, as the league has progressed, I feel that demo dash is becoming less and less of a determining factor in the run, but you still got to be sharp on it. Let's see how blackpear does it here. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing for him, man. He just got that on first try. Millay now getting set up and getting into elevator shaft 2, but again, like I said, this lead is outstanding. blackpear is not letting up, not really giving an opportunity for Millay to chime in and get in. But, you know, we got Ridge coming up too. And Ridge, oh, I take back what I said. blackpear not getting his dash, having to restart that room. And like I said, it's the small things. Like, it's like, oh, whatever, it's just like a second and a half. But, like, they add up in the run at the further along you go. Millay also gets demo, as blackpear gets ready to get to the second of the last screen. Oh no, taking a death in that long room, Millay. Oh, that is very bad. This room that Millay is on has surprisingly been giving a lot of runners trouble. Now, I think they're just trying to get through it as fast as they can and taking some gambles here and there. Like trying to do a cycle skip. The intended route is you kind of diagonal dash up forward to those crystals, but you can dash straight. So just little things like that in an attempt to save time. But you know, risk versus reward. You got to take that into consideration. The blackpear in ridge now. Oh no. Millay just diving headfirst into that dust bunny. Alright, so we're going to pay attention to blackpear's screen here, because this screen in particular, he had some trouble with before. That screen's actually really hard, man. Like, if you have to get like an ultra, there's a corner boost in there, there's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong to try to get to that optimally. Alright, Millay now getting out of resort here as blackpear starts jumping into his, or continues jumping through his ridge portion. Alright, Millay having a little better movement here. He's actually, he didn't get the corner boost, but he's moving through this first part of ridge a little faster than blackpear. So, like I said, this is where people can really take that opportunity to just kind of start carving in and getting at them. Like I said, you know, everybody in game is very important, and so is the first part, because you want to set the tone, etc., etc. But like the mid game for Celeste is like, if your mid game is real solid, it can be very hard for people to try to come back on you. Alright, so blackpear getting into the second auto scroller skip, again taking that coin there as Millay gets ready for his first auto scroller skip. We got blackpear getting it right on his try. Millay opting to go a little safer there with the bunny hop strat. And now blackpear in cliff face. Millay just diligently making his way up here, trying to keep it clean. No mishaps so far. This is actually looking really crisp on his screen. Getting this nice boost here. And blackpear just trying to fight these winds and these snowballs. Just a few screens away. Landing on that snowball to get that ultra setup. And now Millay on his second auto scroller section. He's gonna nail that as blackpear is ready to get out of Golden Ridge. Just one more green bubble and a dash. He's gonna get out at a 10:46. And I put this perspective. Cliff face for Millay. Oh, running a little bit of hang up there, but he's already 7 seconds behind. I feel like Millay's just gonna have to. He has to hope that blackpear does not get Bubs Drop on first try. Now, Bubs Drop is a little difficult for blackpear. To give some insight on this, blackpear has been running 5B before Bubs Drop was like became a thing for any percent. He would actually go for an old strat where you have that like long section of spikes on the right hand side. You actually could get a corner boost off of that, and that was what blackpear used to do. And he actually would run 5B, you know, just straight ahead. Like him, Revo, and there are two other people. I always forget who they are. I apologize, but there were a few runners. Oh no, blackpear missing yeet again, just not getting low enough to avoid that. I think, you know what it might be? I think it's just the fact that he's holding grab or holding forward and just kind of clipping into that room. Other than that, it's going pretty well for him. But I mean, blackpear has not gone for that strat in quite some time, but he was at one point the world record holder for 5B, and that again was prior to Bubs Drop. So as we've seen, that stage has been optimized very well, and actually he's getting ready to take on his 5B. Millay now getting into his mirror temple here. Also, blackpear goes for a different trick in this screen too that Millay is just on. You see him kind of approach and do an up forward dash before the skip cutscene occurs. and that actually teleports him up to the switch. It saves about maybe like a second and a half, depending on how fast you can get up there. But it's kind of weird to set up, at least for me. So you have to like, you can't see where you're going. All right, Bubs drop. All right, he's going to get that on first try. This is putting a lot of pressure on Millay. He's going to have to like try to come up with something here in Mirror Temple to make this one work. And it looks like blackpear is just kind of in the zone right now. Now, I'm not saying that there's going to be like PBs or anything of the sort, but like you can just tell from his movement. This is one of the things that I actually love about Celeste, and I bring this up quite a bit. You can kind of like when you watch the game and you play the game enough and you see the runners kind of going through, it's very easy to see the runner's confidence be conveyed in Madeline's movement. So you'll see like, and I'm not talking about like, oh, they're doing risky strats. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like seeing their movement and seeing how seamless everything comes together. I think that's the big part. If it looks like, okay, Millay getting Bubs drop, that's very important. But I was gonna say, if you can see how like the movement just kind of strings together seamlessly, as if it's just like, instead of like, oh, you're dashing multiple times, it just looks like it's one long action sequence. It's really cool to see that happen. Oh no, blackpear going for the wall bounce strat here on the Seeker. Wasn't able to get the first try, but he got the second try here, getting himself lined up. All right, and now he's in Theo. Now, blackpear had a lot of problems in the Theo section the first time. So far, it's so good. He's like, look, he put some super glue on Madeline's hands to make sure that he didn't drop Theo in a couple of these parts. Oh no, he's got to do a little bit of improvising here, but so far so good. Just not getting that planned route that he wanted, but he's out. Wow, that was very clean. And now Millay in the mirror section as well. We got blackpear, just one more screen to go. He's got the tape room to deal with. A few jumps here and there. Alright, he is out. Looks to be at a 240. So it's 241. So it's a little slower than what he's used to, but still not too shabby. Alright, now Millay getting into his Seeker Gauntlet. A lot cleaner than what blackpear had to offer. So again, like I said, just trying to take what he can. But so far, oh no, whoa! He's like, he didn't even, like he just missed his dash entirely. I'm not sure what happened there. But Millay getting ready for tape grab, carrying Theo in. Alright, he's out. Actually, a little faster than blackpear. I think blackpear had a 240, and Millay with a 230 and some change. As both runners are now in reflection. Now again, reflection, supremely optimized. There's just not like a whole bunch to look out for. Basically, Millay needs to hope for another mishap in Ravine, like in the first race where blackpear took a death, and take a few of them there. I feel like after taking that death the first time, I think blackpear might opt to just go and get the checkpoint. This time around when he gets into Ravine. Not getting the right angle there on the bumper, unfortunately. But, you know, just losing a little bit of time, not resulting in a death. And now Millay getting ready to jump into hollows as well. As blackpear jumps into the top route. Now Millay had some hangups here. Blackbear didn't get quite the movement that he wanted, but he gets it done perfectly there with the corner boost at the end. He's just kind of smashing his way through here. Now Blackbear getting ready for his ravine portion. Now again, he had hangups here before, so I'm curious to see if he's going to go for the developer shortcuts or if he's going to try to grab that checkpoint. We'll see. This is the first one here. Oh, look at... Okay, I respect this play a lot. Blackbear opting to take the checkpoint didn't matter because he didn't need it, but I respect that move. I think after seeing how close it was before, he's like, look, I can't take any mistakes. I can't take any major time losses there. I have to play clean. So, nice adjustment on his end as he's getting ready for battle and boost here. And actually, it looks like Millay's not too far behind, at least, you know, from chapter time. He's about to get into Ravine 2. But, like I said, Blackbear's already knee-deep in the battle and fight here. But anything can happen. We can have all kinds of drama and nonsense here. Alright, Millay getting ready for his ravine section here. Now, if he wants to take the risk, and he's going to, he can save a little time by doing that route there. So far so good here. I haven't seen the respawn animation or anything like that. Let me tell you, it's a little tough trying to keep your eyes on both runners here. But I'm doing the best I can. And so far, yeah, okay. Battle and boost on Millay's side. He's gonna nail that. Now both are knee deep in the battle and fight, excuse me. And we got this room here. Again, going for the optimal strat there. It's really important that you try to get that hyper leading into that room, because if you don't, it just messes everything up and you lose so much time because you have to like land on the bumper, make sure the bumper's right, and all this, that, and the other. Like, we talk about how there's no RNG in Celeste. If there was anything that close to quote-unquote RNG, it would be the bumpers, because you could sit there and be like, I know I hit this dead on, and they'll be like, nah, we're gonna go and send you in a completely different direction, because they just want to. Alright, so Millay is coming up to this one ultra room here. He had a little bit of hang up in the first race. Let's see how he handles this here. Making it look super easy and getting the second one to boot. Nicely done. And now, actually, oh, Blackpear running into a little bit of hangups here on the second screen. It was opting to not retry, thinking he could save it, but losing time in the long run. And Blackpear just a few screens away before he starts his summit again. But Millay kind of just cutting into this right now. Alright, Blackpear, final screen. Laser setup looks good so far. We'll see as he tries to get this fast cycle. He does. Okay, he's out. Using that bumper. Oh, no! He did not dash up forward there. That's a huge time loss. He's going to have to do this one all over. Same situation. He's got to get... Yeah, there you go. He did not get his up forward dash. He just dashed straight into the wall. Maybe thinking he could save it before the laser popped off, but it cost him. He's making his way out now. Millay in the second round of the battle and fight. So Blackbear finishing out Chapter 6 in 2102. We'll see just where Millay is at. I feel like Millay definitely cut into this time a lot. This time around. I see in chat that Millay gained 6 seconds going into reflection. I feel like that's a lot more this time around, especially not taking that death there. But it's still far out. I'm not gonna count him out of it just yet because we have a lot of run left. But he's gonna really have to dig deep and also have a little bit of luck on his side and have Blackbear kind of do some mishaps if he wants to try to pull back. Yeah, Millay carved into that lead. Yeah, I'm seeing the comment in chat about Blackpear's reflection. I think even then, like, you know, it was near perfect. There was no mishaps, but Millay just somehow like had way better movement, which is very important. Movement is so crucial. Well, no, Blackpear missing the zipper here again. Or he didn't miss it the first time, but he had to take a different strike. It's those things that are going to allow Millay to just kind of cut into this yet again. Alright, we'll see if we can get a sync here, just to get a better idea on where each runner is in Summit. Now, Blackbear had difficulty on that screen. He was able to get away, no problems. Alright, so it looks like we are going to be getting a sync here. Also, while we're waiting on the sync, I want to give a shout out to Ezra333 providing these super in-depth stats. It's really cool. Something that I'm not going to be able to pull up on the fly, so I really appreciate that. And I definitely am checking and trying to relay that to you guys as well in case you missed it. But yeah, just point out that he's Millay gained 16 seconds in reflection. That is absolutely crazy. So like I said, even though the lead is far off, you don't want to cut runners out. Wow, can I please speak? Because anything can, you know, like, there's over 600 screens in the game, and it's very easy to lose time just from a death, bad inputs, and so forth. All right. Now we're moving and grooving here. Blackpear getting through 1500. I didn't see any hangups. But now it looks like Millay is in 1500 as well. So they're about a section apart. Again, we could see, let me see. Just kind of doing a little roadmap here. We got the auto scroller section. Oh, well, oh no, Millay running into a little bit of problems here. Going on death cycle. I respect the move. I feel that maybe going back a room and then trying it again would have been a little faster, because he took another death there too. So it's one of the things about 1500 and Resort that I didn't really talk about, and that's the cycles themselves. The cycles are not on a global setting, so it's just like each room has its own cycle. But the thing is, when you die, the respawn time is about 1.5 seconds, so it forcefully puts you on a different cycle. Now you can alleviate that by leaving a room and then coming back in, but there are some rooms that will not allow you that option, most notably in the Ashiro fight. So sometimes it's better to just learn a backup strat. In some situations, you can actually put yourself in a death cycle. For example, in 2000, I actually do this in the snowball room. I put myself on, I come in and hit retry immediately and put myself on death cycle, because I know how to do that room from that instead of just jumping into it. I probably should practice and learn. So, you know, learn it without having to force that death. I did that in the triple ultra room too. But it's nice because if you do run into the mishap of taking a death, once you've learned it, you have that backup strat in your pocket. So, but now Blackpear moving into 2500, making great haste here. Millay still not far off. I mean, you know, the times are definitely there, but like it's not as big of a gap as it was. Oh my gosh, I spoke way too soon. I don't even know what happened there. He just like let go and just kind of fell in. That was a huge time loss. Holy moly. He's gonna have to try to... It's like every time that like Millay starts kind of like slowly cutting into that lead, something like that happens. It's very unfortunate. Now blackpear getting to the last screen of 2500. This has been causing a lot of problems with runners too. We're seeing them kind of like taking deaths late in this room. Actually, yeah, he's going to readjust here. Okay. He's going to make it out. Now, Millay had issues with door skip in the first race, so we're going to see how he takes care of this here. blackpear already into 3000. Getting ready to climb up and hit these flags yet again. Oh no, that room too. That, dude, I'm telling you, that dash right there, that is so, it's tough. It's really tough. What people would do before is they would wait for the dash block to kind of move and then they would get set up. Now obviously that's clearly faster, but that is such a tight little section. I think, and I could be wrong, this could just be placebo effect coming in. I feel like if you demo that, it's safer, but I could be completely wrong. Like I said, placebo effect, just like, oh yeah, you know, demos make everything safer. Alright, Millay getting into 3000 now, as blackpear already on the updraft portion. Making good work here. But again, we got flag number 13. This 13 and 9, like, they just cause so many problems. We'll see how blackpear handles this one here. But I'm Millay in the downdraft section. I know a lot of people don't like the downdraft section just because like how limited their jump is, but once you get past, like, you know, remember, dashes negate any wind effects, so once you just like keep that in mind, downdraft is really not that annoying to deal with, especially when you incorporate wall bounces and all that other great stuff too. Alright, now blackpear in the home stretch here. This actually, blackpear could PB here. It's gonna be really close. It's gonna be ridiculously close. Remember, his PB is a 29:33. He's gonna have to play this one again very clean. I think he knows it too. Deja vu. I said the exact same thing in the exact same portion. Well, the last time that he got a PB. But if he can clean this one up, he's gonna get it. It's not gonna. Oh yeah, I think he can get it here. He's got one more flag to go. Millay getting into flag number 13, handling those coins. blackpear's gonna have to do a little bit of hustle here on flag number 1 again. 29:30. Oh no, wait, hold on. Yeah, 29:33. I'm sorry. So just a couple seconds. Nice. That is a PB from blackpear with a 29:30. It's, of course, unofficial at the time being. He is going to take the second race and get that bonus point. Again, this is very important in this league right now to try to grab up as many points as you can because the playoff is fast approaching. Just a couple more weeks here. Now, Millay in the home stretch here. Alright, so he's making his way through yet again. And so far so good. Opting to take that checkpoint. Again, people like to bunny hop on that that platform on flag number 2 just to get a little more speed, save a few more frames here and there. But the trade-off is you lose the checkpoint. And that of course result you going back to flag number 3 if you take a death. It's happened. It's actually happened in the league. There was a runner that actually skipped checkpoints 3 and 2 and took a death, so he ended up having to go back to 4. All right, Millay clocking up at 30:38. GG's to both runners. Again, blackpear taking that one. And again, that is, like I said, that was a PB from blackpear by 3 seconds. Doesn't move him anywhere on the boards. He's still, there's a nice little gap between him and Chai on PBs there. It's about 18 seconds, but before it was over 20 seconds. So again, we're going to be taking, I believe, another short break here before we move into the final game. Now, again, we're doing all 3 races. Now, blackpear is already got 3 points in the bag, but there's still one more point to up for grabs. See if Millay can turn around and take this one home. But I'm actually going to grab myself some water and just take a few minutes myself. Because, you know, got to make sure that the throat is not getting hoarse or anything from this commentary and talking for about 2 hours. So I will be right back. I won't be gone long, I promise. And actually, real quick, chat pointed out that blackpear had a deathless summit. And you know what? I think you're right. I don't recall him having a death there. I'm actually curious if that's an ILPB. Before I disembark on my water, let's look. He had 827. And I'm pretty sure he submitted. Actually, yeah. Based on speedrun.com, that is an IL record. Or not, excuse me. I won't say record. That is an ILPB for blackpear with an 827. And actually, unless other people have updated their times, that puts him in the top 3 for Summit, behind M Sushi and TGH. Now, you know, I say that because I don't see Flad on the IL leaderboard here for that, so take that with a grain of salt. Like I said, I'm gonna go run and grab some water really quick, and then we'll be getting ready to take on this 3rd race. All right, I'm back. And just in time, as we are running through prologue here. Alright, so we're getting ready to dive into City for a third time. Again, there's not really a lot to talk about. I say that a lot, but I'm just putting that out there because, you know, we kind of covered the bases on everything once we get into race number 3. So, I haven't seen anything, like, glaring from either runner. Actually, no, take that back. I want to say, yeah, Millay actually, yeah, again, Millay is having so much problem in this screen. Just not getting the distance for his wall bounce there. I'm not sure. He had that problem in race number 2. Unfortunately, taking a death this time. But again, I've said this in other races too. Race number 3, fatigue starts setting in. I know that it's actually kind of late for both of these runners. They're both in Europe, if I'm not mistaken. So this is like, I'm gonna totally get this wrong. I apologize in advance. I want to say it's midnight or later. Like, I think it's technically Friday for them, but I could be wrong. Now blackpear actually getting hung up here, missing that spike jump a few times. And that's actually going to get Millay ahead by about 2 seconds. Alright, we're in an old site. And also to give you an update, so I had to Google it. So, like in, yeah, from around the area that blackpear is, it's almost midnight for him. And I think that's about the same for Millay as well. Oh, a little earlier. So they're about they're in they have an hour difference in time zones, but still, it's late. You know, that isn't to say that like that. You know, Millay or blackpear are, you know, night owls or anything like that. Like, this could be very late for both of them, so it does play into a factor, in my opinion. All right, so. And we're already kind of seeing it. I'm seeing just a little bit. It's a little more rough around the edges this time around from both of them. We're seeing a few more deaths, and then just a few more, like, you know, grabbing on the ledges. The movement's not all optimized, or like just, you know, as clean. Now Millay had huge problems in this screen, and it's not an issue this time. That definitely cost him a ridiculous amount of time in the previous game. So able to hold on to his lead, maybe even might have extended it just a little bit. We'll see here. Clocking into Awake at about 3:15. Yeah, he's gonna be. I think it's still on pace. We're looking at about 2 seconds here, but again, Awake movement is so important. blackpear has been having a little bit of hangups here. Millay's has been very. Okay, I spoke too soon. Commentator Curse, can you please take a chill pill? Running into both springs there. He's at a 3:34. blackpear 3:35, and he had a hang up there too. So actually, this could have been tied almost to the T if blackpear didn't slam into that wall. But about a second difference and some change as we move into resort. And like I said, you know, Millay was just doing stellar, but those springs in Awake just can ruin your day. Now with springs, and you guys have seen them already in both of the runs. Let me give a little breakdown on those. When you dash into a spring, or whatever momentum that you have as you run into one, it's gone. Like, it's gone in an instant. Madeline goes from 60 to 0 in a blink of an eye. So that's why it's important in Awake that we want to avoid those springs in that particular room, because you just lose all momentum entirely. And you can't, you can dash early, but by that time, you know, human reflexes and all that other stuff, we're not going to see it until basically Madeline is at the peak of that jump. Both runners actually taking deaths here. Oh no, blackpear not getting the entrance that he wants, so he has to do an alternate route there. And again, these are these time things that are time things, time losses that just start creeping in and just weighing down the runners. So we got Millay talking to Oshiro here at 451. Yeah, we can already see that Millay's lead is slow. Oh my gosh, nice read on missing the key. That could have been extremely detrimental. We're looking at about a 10 seconds lead here on Millay's screen as we head into huge mess. Yeah, this is crazy. This is like almost early on in race number 3. This is almost a complete 180 from what we've seen in race number 2. And like I said, you know, it could be mental fatigue. It could be like Millay's just really on his game right now. A lot of things come into play. Like Millay did not play very strong. It just had a lot of hangups early on in his previous race, while blackpear was just very solid. And now it looks to be that the tables have turned. Millay is playing very well, and blackpear just kind of having some hangups and getting a little sloppy here. But there are a few screens out as we head into books. So we got Millay again talking to Oshiro at about 6:02. Oh, a little bit of menu issue there. Didn't open up to skip the cutscene. But blackpear now actually looks like he might have lost even more time. But we see Millay taking a death here on towels again. Yeah, it's about 13 seconds, but those 2 deaths in towels is it's gonna add up, especially if he gets. Oh, blackpear was going for the skip again. He was getting ready, but didn't get it. I'm gonna do my best, you guys, to try to keep up on the times here. Actually, I don't really need to do that because lo and behold, we have a sync right now. I mean, it's close enough. It's like, you know, there's a little bit of a delay, but I don't think we need to modify it that much. This is, you can still paint a pretty picture to see where each runner is at. But we are coming into demo. Like I said, demo has not been an issue in this set at all. But my commentator Chris is trying to come out and cause havoc, so we could be different. It could be a change here, as Millay is getting set up for his demo here. Now I wonder if, I'm curious if blackpear is going to go for checkpointless or if he's going to try to go for checkpoint. I feel like he's going to keep it safe. Yeah, Millay getting it first try again. Blackpear getting it first try too. So at least for these runners, demo is not a problem. Millay getting into Oshiro first. With blackpear right behind. Now, we've seen mishaps from both runners in this section. So far, things are looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any hangups on either side here, as Millay now getting ready to get near the end here. He's got this room with all the crystals here. From a casual point, this room is really intimidating. Oh no, blackpear missing the spring, and then now running into a little bit of hang up here. That spring is missed a lot, but Millay taking a death in the final screen here. This is going to allow blackpear to cut in, and that also puts Millay on a death cycle, so he's going to have to adjust accordingly. Able to get out, but had to slow himself down a little bit, and now blackpear, okay, let's see, let me get these times real quick. We got an 8:23 from Millay and an 8:26, so just like that, folks, that lead has just gotten sliced and diced down. Oh my gosh. And it was a lot longer. It was a much bigger lead. Now, okay, now we're looking here on blackpear's screen. We're noticing a little bit of a pause, which is, you know, this is totally fine. This is totally fine, by the way. I feel that he's maybe is just kind of taking a second to gather his thoughts. Again, we are the times are based on in-game timer, and they do not run while you're on the map screen. So I feel like that maybe blackpear is just trying to get his composure back, trying to shake whatever, you know, nerves or adrenaline from PBing before. I respect the move. It's really important to do. Like if you feel that, if you're like even tilting, or if you're just feeling a little off on your game, just take a breather. Take a breather when you can. Like in those map screens, just chill, get your head together, collect your thoughts, and then proceed. It can make so much difference in your runs. And I'm already seeing it on blackpear's screen. He's moving a lot cleaner now, so I think that definitely was the plan for him, and it's helping out. But Millay's still a little bit ahead here. And again, we're not in sync again, because, you know, like I said, IGT is a factor. But I think it's okay. I'll do my best to provide time for you guys. Alright, so we'll go ahead with this second auto-scroller skip on Millay's side here. Get a better picture on where we're at. Millay is going to enter this screen at 10:05. We'll see where blackpear is going as he gets prepared to. Again, both runners are looking to do this very cleanly. I think Millay had maybe one death early on, but I haven't seen much on blackpear's end. Oh, spoke too soon. He missed that that skip. That's a little bit of a time loss, but it's not too bad. Oh, he's gonna have to. Okay, yeah. So 10:07. So it's about 2 seconds here, but like that little scramble there, like that was enough. So we got Millay in cliff face. blackpear just a screen away. And again, neither runners. Not really too much of a hang up in cliff face. I mean, there was a couple mishaps here and there, but nothing where it's like, oh no, what are they going to do? Actually, no, I take that back. Millay ran into some problems in race 1, getting it at the end of this final screen here. We're going to see if that's a factor this time around. It doesn't look to be. blackpear, on the other hand, just melting his way through this section. Nice ultra into that next part there. Getting that ultra set up there too. Millay clocking in at 11:14. Ooh, this is gonna be kind of close. But now we're in that second detrimental area to the runners, and that's Mirror Temple. Yeah, so 1:16. So again, we're about the same on time here. Doing just a few frames lost on blackpear's screen, but we have Mirror Temple. Oh, wow. Nice reverse hyper there from Millay. I am seeing the confidence beam from his character here. I think he knows it too. I'm not sure if they're watching the stream or if they're, if they have anything. They're not, neither runner is in the call right now. I can definitely tell you that. So I'm wondering if they have the streams up or anything, if they have an idea. But like, that confidence is just beaming off of Millay's play. Unfortunately, not getting yeet again, but you know what? I'm gonna just put this out there. We talk about Bubstrap all the time and how important that trick is and this, that, and the other. Hot take. Yeet is, in my opinion, way more difficult than Bubstrap. Don't change my mind. You can't change my mind. Like, to put it in perspective, I will confidently say I can get Bubstrap. I'm going to say 93% of the time. Yeet, I've gotten it once. One time. And I've been going for that, like, that strat for a long time. So, because it's like, it's not, I think the big difference here is that you don't lose a lot of time if you mess it up. Like, that's the big thing. You don't lose a bunch of time if it's a mistake. Whereas with Bubstrap, you lose 10 seconds every time. Like, every time. There's nothing you can do about it. Also, I'm seeing a nice question. All right, Millay getting Bubstrap on first try. I'm gonna wait until blackpear goes for his attempt before I answer a question that I see. Oh, nope. Looks like Nightbot is going to take care of that for me. Shout outs to Cheese. Thank you, Cheese, for dropping that in. Appreciate that. Alright, blackpear lining up for his bubs. Oh no. Like I said, 10-second loss, folks. He's gonna have to do this one again. Trying to get set up here. Round 2. Okay, he gets it that time, but still, that's going to give Millay a little bit of a lead. I did see some deaths here and there, but they looked early on, so I don't think it's gonna be too bad. But blackpear is gonna have to run, and he's gonna have to run this one clean, 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 clean. And off the bat, that diagonal dash there, I believe he's the only one in the league that goes for that strat, and it looks so good. I love those little swag strats, and even then it's faster. I mean, you're skipping a whole bubble for that part. It's a little tricky. I have been trying to incorporate it in my 5B runs. For the most part, what you do is as soon as you come out of the bubble, you do a down forward dash, but as soon as you do it, you have to, as soon as you get the dash in the right spot, you hold left for a brief moment so you can clear the spikes, and then you have to hold down. If you hold left for too long, you'll just bash straight into the spikes that are ahead. So it's a little tricky, but it's not as hard as it looks, and it just looks super cool. Alright, so now Millay getting through. Oh, not getting a dash there, but that's alright. So a late start heading into the impossible room. Alright, blackpear about to get on his rescue portion too, but Millay is going to clock in at a 2:30. We'll see how blackpear is going to do. Again, now, the time on blackpear's screen is going to appear quicker, by a lot, which we can't rely on because he did fail Bub's drop, so his time is going to be a little different. But we got Millay jumping into reflection at 15:08. So yeah, we can use the IGT as a better standpoint here. So 15:08, and already it's 15:18 on blackpear's screen. So we're gonna say he's gonna jump into reflection at about 15:26. So Millay with a nice lead heading into the last leg of the run here with reflection and summit on deck. This is Millay's to win. Like I said, their PBs are there is a difference, but I don't know if blackpear can make this up. It's gonna be tough. But like I said, both runners are currently tied in the standings with 8 points apiece. Well, okay, I say 8 points, and this is prior to the points that are being allocated here, so please keep that in mind. I was trying to run math through my head on how the points work. Millay is gonna want to get this just in case, if there's any playoff ties or anything like that has to come about, just to kind of keep himself in the running. I mean, we still have a lot of time left to go, but there are a lot of, I don't know who's left to play on each side. So, and then also players are also getting better at an alarming pace. I mean, blackpear is a prime example. blackpear started off not in sub 30 and was able to achieve sub 30 in his last race, I think, or either last race or the race before. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe even longer than that. I don't know. I have a bad sense of time right now. And Millay, speaking of a bad sense, running into problems here in the top route room yet again. And so far, yeah. I mean, blackpear's kind of moving through. But right now, I still strongly believe that this is Millay's race to win. And I say that because, reflection and summit is so optimized. blackpear went through and got a quote-unquote deathless summit based on what some of the people in chat were talking about. I put quotes on that because we have an intentional death with the key skip. So, we can't get away scot-free. We have to take a death. But It's not too bad. Alright, Millay getting ready for his battle and boost, and now blackpear actually jumping into ravine. Okay, did you just come out of nowhere with the speed here? And again, blackpear opting to play it safe, and that's where that checkpoint comes into play. That was a smart move. If you would have died without taking that checkpoint, that would have been a huge time loss. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna hit, trying to gauge to see how far apart they are right now as blackpear gets ready for battle and boost. And he is going to get it. Actually, it's hard to tell. Notice that looking at chat, it was a 15 seconds different or gain, 17-second difference between both. It's still about the same. So while it looked like that blackpear was just like carving into this, it's actually still about the same time. Oh wow, getting getting way ahead of himself there. Holy moly! And Millay having a fantastic run himself here, getting through these other portions. Now I should point out, I've seen that, you know, based on, you know, some of the menus and whatnot, Millay is actually playing on keyboard, and keyboarders have they don't have as much control over feathers as controller runners do. See blackpear getting caught up here on that ultra room. Well, yeah, so with the feathers, it takes a little more finesse for a keyboard player to navigate and use those feathers accordingly, whereas with a controller we use the analog sticks. And I think it's set up to where if you move less than 13 degrees, you do not lose speed with the feathers. So that's about the advantage that controller gets. Because I know a big topic is they're all talking about like, oh well, which one's better, controller or keyboard? And ultimately you want to play what makes what's comfortable for you. That's first and foremost, and that's actually really important. If you decide to run the game, play on whatever peripheral that you find is most comfortable with your hands, because Celeste is a very intense speed game, and I can speak from my own experience after like doing like heavy grinds or like, you know, just playing a long session, your hands will start hurting. So just play with whatever is most comfortable for you. Oh no, blackpear taking a death there. But Millay's gonna get out first. I think actually, yeah, his lead might have gotten a little bit more expansive here. But yeah, like I said, play with whatever's comfortable. If you're playing on a controller, you're going to have better feather movement overall. If you're playing on keyboard, you're gonna have, in my opinion, better movement, like more precise movement is probably the best way to put it. But then also you can actually add a quote-unquote demo button to your repertoire, which basically you just bind another key on your keyboard to down, and that's where you can set up so you can do demo dashes. I believe you can do the same thing for controller too, but those are about the two differences between controller and keyboard. And with that being said, blackpear is now out of reflection, so I believe we'll try to get a sync here as we head into the home stretch. Again, Millay out in front. We have a lot of race to go, folks. Again, there are a lot of hurdles that come through with Summit. Most notably, the Battle in Alley-Oop Room in 500. If they miss that zipper block activation. 1000, you've got just getting sure you're getting hypers out of dream blocks, which I have not mentioned. I mean, like, each section has their like hurdles that runners are just going to have to be really clean about. Oh no, blackpear not getting the ultra there. So yeah, hypering out of dream blocks. Let's talk about that real quick. So it's possible to perform a hyper dash when exiting a dream block. Now we don't do this in chapter 2 because you use up your dash. So there's no way, at least right now, where you can exit those blocks and retain your dash to get a hyper. With Summit though, we're able to keep an extra dash, which allows us to really start flying through, and getting all those hypers out of these dream blocks actually saves a lot of time, because there's so many that you go through and the movement is just a lot faster than if you were to just kind of like go about it daintily. So it's very important that runners try to get those out as often as they can. Or in like blackpear's case, we'll see he's probably going to go for it here too. That corner boost into an ultra. And we saw Millay actually not getting the distance that he wanted. He had to resort to the spring, the intended route, to get to that part. But right now his hypers are looking really crisp as he gets ready to get to this final screen here. All right, look on blackpear's screen. That is so cool. And it's just so fast. He just jumps right into an ultra off of that, saving a little bit of time. And then, you know, like I said, when it comes down to Summit and then Reflection as well, it really just comes down to who has better movement, because things are so optimized from both runners that it's just hard for someone to come back. And it's little things like that that will give blackpear a slight advantage. Also, that Millay taking a death in this long room here, and now on Death Cycle, this room is not fun on Death Cycle. You're just like forced to wait and kind of change your plan on stuff. And like, the tougher thing about it is if you try to go into the other room to set up, that key block right there is actually down. So you don't get enough distance that you would want to enter. You still can do it, it's just a little different. Alright, so now blackpear getting through triple ultra. Millay on battle and boost here. But still, Millay out in front by a good portion. As we move into 2000. Now in 2000, we got the snowball room. We got auto scroller skip. I don't think either runner does the auto scroller skip, which is a different strat. If you want to check that, I would recommend looking up. You look up M Sushi versus Nero, because M Sushi was going for it there in that matchup, and Millay is opting to not go for it. I feel like blackpear might have to try to go for it if he knows how to do it, just to try to catch up, because it's gonna be it's a nice time save, and it looks like he's opting not to, so he's just gonna keep it going. Basically, what you do is there's a little gap in that bottom section where we do that diagonal up and then forward dash. There's actually a little spot down there you can kind of just rest, and you can get there without the auto scroller block by performing a pseudo spike jump and then moving forward with one single dash. I say pseudo because like you're not really jumping off of it. It's not like a traditional spike jump that we use in other sections of the run. But Millay shooting forward here, getting into 2500. Now again, blackpear's not that far behind, at least distance wise. His timer is a little bit ahead, so it's a little farther out than, you know, what we're seeing. Basically right now, if Millay finishes first, he's going to take this third game. But 2500 has not been the most pleasant for either runner, most notably in game number one. Game number one, Millay had a really hard time dealing with door skip. In race number two, blackpear had a little bit of trouble with thread the needle. So, and actually Millay having trouble in that screen first and second time, third time is a charm for him today, folks. He's gonna get away with that scot-free. Yeah, this is like it. Millay is forcing blackpear to play honest and just play clean, because he's not letting up. And this has been a fantastic summit from Millay, as he's heading into the battle and boost section here. Blackpear on door skip. He's getting the first one, gets the second one. And Millay is now in 3000, folks. This is another... Woo! Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see. He's going to touch down on flag number 30 at about 26:57. So Millay has not given blackpear any opportunity. Now we know that blackpear did not take any deaths in 3000 last game, so he could pull that performance again. And like, this is basically like Millay's to win. All he has to do is just keep this real solid, and he'll take it home. Oh no. Okay, whew. There's a little bit of hang up, a little bit of time lost there, but that's way better than taking a death. And I thought he was actually dead to rights, because when you run out of stamina in the downdraft section, it's really hard to get any height because the wind is constantly pushing down on you. But he's going to get it there. We'll try to see if we can get another sync here. I know it's a couple seconds, but I feel like it's kind of important just so we get a better gauge on where everybody's at. Now, Millay in 14. Again, 14 is not too bad, but flag 13 is... You don't want to take a death. Oh, alright. blackpear, short death on 15, that's okay. We'll see how Millay handles 13 here. No key misses. Alright, he's out clean. That's huge. That's huge. Now blackpear's turn. But now, okay, we're moving into flag number 9. That is also another... Just, it's weird. If you don't get the setup right, you can just easily just kind of run into some problems here off this first jump. Millay, it's not a problem. Same with that second one. It's very easy to clip into those spikes and take a death there. Oh. Millay getting a little bit ahead of himself there, having to readjust, but blackpear running into some problems on 9, not getting the setup that he wanted. As we move into flag number 6 here. Again, if Millay finishes first, he's going to take this race. Oh no! Oh, death on flag number 5! Ay, ay, ay. Alright. If I were in Millay's shoes, I would make sure to hit these checkpoint flags. This is very important, because this last little section here can cause problems. He's actually playing a little safe on those little portions there too. blackpear also making sure to get those checkpoints too. I think he's going to try to come a little aggressive with that diagonal dash there. Millay on flag number 2. Now, Millay had a death on flag number 1 last game. So... Okay, it doesn't look bad. I think this is going to be Millay's to take. He does take it. Millay taking game number 3. Clocking in at a 29:45. blackpear not too far behind. Maybe about 10, 11 seconds here. Yeah, clocking in at 29:56. Holy cow. Whew. Now, I believe we're not going to get an interview here. I'm not sure. It'd be safe to say that this is arguably one of the closest sets that we've had in for the Celeste any percent. So, all right, looks like I think both runners are going to be passing on the interview. Like I said, it's late for them, so I will not hold it against them, and that's perfectly fine. So, with that being said, let's just we'll just run through some things here. Again, blackpear is going to take the set 2-1. It's going to give him 3 points in here, but Millay is also going to walk away with a point. Overall, this is a fantastic set. Be sure to let people know about this. I'm all about close races and close sets like this. It was just fantastic. Don't go anywhere, because we have more action coming up. We've got back-to-back Super Mario Odyssey races. We got Little Aggie versus Chaos Pringle. And then Dansta 2106 versus Necrovita. And then to close out the night, we're going to be having some Super Mario 64. So be sure to tune in if you want some high-octane races just like this one here. But I like to give a huge thanks to Blackpear and Millay for putting on a fantastic rate. You guys, if you're enjoying this, I'm telling you, give these runners a follow. These guys are putting their blood, sweat, and tears into this game and doing everything that they can to try to trim the numbers down. Also, be sure to give Speedrun a follow. I mean, hello. They're putting out fantastic content. I'm looking forward to everything else that they have coming up. Such as Pace and a few other, hopefully a few other surprises we'll see. But be sure to give this channel a follow too. Be sure to follow them on Twitter to stay up to date on any highlights and anything else. Then also, if you're enjoying my commentary, feel free to drop a follow on me too, because I'm also here too. But we are going to go ahead and sign off again. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Again, this is the last Celeste race for the day. We will not have another one until Sunday. But in the meantime, be sure to tune in to enjoy Super Mario 64, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart Double Dash, like all that stuff is lined up. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Have a great afternoon or evening or morning, depending on where you're at.